Hey folks, welcome to Wednesday's Market SITREP here at Top Gun Options. I'm Wiz. Just an absolute surreal day. India and Pakistan, two nuclear powers. These are nuclear armed countries, are at war. I believe Pakistan has shot down two Indian MiGs, captured at least one of their pilots who's been on TV. Not looking too good, and India's claiming that they shot down a Pakistani F-16. I've flown with the Pakistani Air Force, folks, out of Mazroor Air Base. I've seen the tension there. This is one of those black swan events, folks. If this does not ratchet down and they keep going tit for tat, this is ugly. This could be extremely bad. And this is why, a lot of my folks are here at Top Gun Options, folks, is because of this. This could be, hey, man, all it takes is a single act like this, and we're looking potentially at the end of the world here, folks. This is not good. So, and what else do we have going on? The President of the United States is in Vietnam. I'm looking at a Vietnamese flag, a North Korean flag, and the U.S. flag. The President of the United States is meeting with a dictator, talking about disarming and actually getting, and maybe even ending the Korean War. So you have a potential for a nuclear war to break out. We're trying to talk down a nuclear war. We have a Federal Reserve chief testifying. We have the China trade rep, Lighthizer, testifying. And the liberal media is going apeshit over a absolute disgusting, scuzzy New York attorney on the Hill. You know what, folks? We used to, in the old days, when we were a republic in a country and we were all Americans, when the president was overseas doing something big, we didn't have a clown car at home. Everybody kind of kept their powder dry and acted like adults. The Democrats are a bunch of assholes, period. Bringing a convicted felon, a man who's going to prison for lying to Congress, up to throw mud at the president when he's overseas trying to negotiate a nuclear peace treaty is sophomoric at best, treasonous at worst. Seriously, folks, grow up. Give it a week, Democrats. Do it next week. Bring this guy up to throw mud all over the place. We have potential war between these nuclear armed powers, and the president's trying to stop a nuclear war. But here we go with the scuzzy New York attorney who's a convicted felon, convicted of lying to the dudes he's talking to today. You can't make this up, guys. Grow up. Everybody, both sides need to grow up. Anyway, so stocks are, they were off. They're kind of off their lows of the day. And we're really starting to feel a little bit of a rollover, folks. We ran out of airspeed, as I predicted, right here at the 2,800 level with this quadruple top for a couple reasons. Like I said, we have Lighthizer testifying in front. He was on the Hill today, and he said, hey, we made some great progress on trade, and we also have a really, really, really long way to go. So we're starting to see this optimism fade a little bit with everything that's going on. We've had mixed macroeconomic data this week. Today we got core factory orders, had the biggest slump in 3 years. So a lot of moving, a lot of balls in the air right now. But, Jerome Powell kind of did his job of saying everybody's going to be patient. We're going to hang out and be data dependent. So acted more or less like the dove he became when he cared about the stock market. Folks, this is not the Federal Reserve's job, but this apparently, inflation and full employment are the only congressional mandated functions of the Federal Reserve. But apparently there's a third unmandated function of the Federal Reserve, and that is to keep the stock market higher. This is what's going to be the big one, folks, is when the markets figure out that the Fed just doesn't have enough strength to keep the markets up, and we go to zero. So I warned about the Fed intervention in 2009. I do not agree with Jerome Powell kind of blinking after equities imploded here. He's wrong. We should have been. Well, if you look at Janet Yellen, who's just like the profile in courage, here she is out of office because Trump didn't want her for another term, taking shots at the president, profile in courage. It's pretty funny how people get pretty courageous after they leave what their job is and start throwing daggers. She should have raised interest rates under Barack Hussein Obama. Ben Bernanke should have stopped his quantitative easing and started raising interest rates. But now Raising interest rates and unwinding the balance sheet is falling on this guy, but he also blinked, and it's under Donald Trump. So a lot of moving balls here, folks, in the air, and it's here's another potential rush. We talked about housing yesterday. Housing markets imploding across the United States, from Dallas to Sanford and Feces. But here you go. The 5-year yield has inverted with the 3-month yield. That is another canary in the coal mine that we're looking at a slowing economy. But I really think that as we've been covering for the past 3 days, that since 2000, just about every asset is overbought. Treasuries, oil, gold, and equities. And when everything's overbought, something's going to go bump in the night, and we're going to head lower. And I think the main reason we might head lower here, Lighthizer is a hawk on China. The president initially was a hawk, but he's been walking back some of his trade talk. He's not going to get the trade deal that he wants. There's no way on God's green earth that China is going to agree to stop stealing our stuff. They're not going to agree to stop subsidizing their businesses, and they're not going to stop the forced technology transfer of U.S. technology. What are they going to do? They've offered to buy some more rice and soybeans. If that's what the president's going to declare victory on and try and stand at Mar-a-Lago in a rose garden and say, hey, I got a great trade deal, we're going to implode. I think the rally, the trade deal is already built into this rally, and we're about to give some of this back here. So it is absolutely critical that you get hedged. We looked yesterday in the primary live trade brief and maybe buying some SDS calls, the ProShares Ultra Short. Remember, with SDS goes up as the market goes down, and it goes down as the market goes up. So this is kind of, if you stand on your head, this looks like the S&P 500. If you roll verted and look at this, it's the opposite of the S&P 500. So here we are at these lows that we saw back in December before the implosion. So some cheap insurance right now, folks. Remember, when volatility is cheap, you buy it. When volatility is expensive, you sell it. Look at the VIX all the way down here at a 15 handle. We're down here at a 15 handle. At the depths of the December lows, we were up here in the mid-30s. It is time to get some cheap insurance on, or you're going to regret it, right? You don't want to buy hurricane insurance when there's a Cat 5 a couple miles away. You buy it when it's sunny out and it's clear. It's sunny out and it's clear right now, but there are some significant storms coming. Okay, I got to get running. I got to push and get ready for our 1 o'clock accelerated retirement live trade brief. If you're interested in taking a 2-week test flight in what we do here at Top Gun Options, all you have to do is head to this page, go.topgunoptions.com/goflight, and for seven days, or for $38, you can get access to the live trade briefs we do here at Top Gun Options. So head to go.topgunoptions.com/goflight. Happy hunting. Make sure you hedge, and God bless. I'll see you.